All right, we are back again. Let's get it, baby. My mic will stay still here. We are back and good to go. Everything looking healthy. Stream is healthy. Audio looks good. Music's a little too fast-paced, but we're going with it to start. Right, we're gonna be using charcoal again. We're loving it right now. We're getting loose with charcoal. We didn't want to move the camera around and everything, so we're gonna do a long watercolor tomorrow. All right, here we go. This is a jam. This is a bop. That's a jam. Let's go. You just come from the forest? You smell like trees. What up, Blue? How you doing, man? All right, we're gonna fill this spot in here. Probably gonna move this here, I guess. Yeah. Other than my damn bag, figured I'd pop in. If you say what up, appreciate you. Brought out. How's the bag today? No buenos. I have to change it. It's a little too all over the place. A little too all over the place. There we go. We gotta get a nice chill beat going here. Nice chill beat. All right. Get into it. No bueno. Damn, dude. That sucks. I'm sorry, bro. I was hoping a day of rest might help you feel a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Time's one of the best things you can do for your back. That's kind of it. Surgery and time. Right? That's kind of it. So we did this guy yesterday. He's not a guy, but we finished this piece yesterday. We're gonna come work right in here. And we probably won't be on as long today. But we'll see. We say that much like taking a break. And then we just never leave, you know? But a little different portrait today for sure. A little different piece. A little different piece. And we're kind of just going right in. We're going to see what we can do here. Almost just by jarring it right out. You know? Gonna put down a bunch of lines. See what we come up with here. Always. I always think I hear things. Sadie in the house. What up, Sadie? My biggest fan has arrived. How you doing? What's up with it? How's Sadie? Not quite going parallel yet. Wednesday or Thursday? It's Wednesday. It is Wednesday. I kind of thought it was Thursday for the last like 30, 40 minutes, maybe an hour or two. That's kind of a fun surprise, no? They got a whole day. I need Steve from Blue's Clues to help me draw this here. We were talking about Blue's Clues today. What a great artist that guy was. I was watching some videos on YouTube. He was legit. I mean, he definitely wasn't... Like, I was kind of also looking like, you know... I definitely also thought he was much better back then because I was a child. But he's legit. She's great as always, full of fluff and sass. That's what a Sadie's made of. That makes sense to me. Anything else would not be good, you know? Right now, we're just going... Why are some songs like so much louder than others? How can they even do that? I don't understand how that's like allowed for songs. Who knows what this is? I don't. Someone help. Someone help. I actually don't yet. Kind of lost a lot of my marks. What happened? Terrible producing. Whoa, 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 whoa. Whoa, the music? J-Dog. I don't know how to say the last name. Stonich. Stonich. Has to be Stonich. That's why it's louder. Oh, no shit. Wait, are you really dropping knowledge, or do you just know I know nothing about this fact? That actually makes... that's really funny, because that makes total sense for who the artist is. Ha! You learn something new every day. You gotta love that, man. Stonich. Ah, that makes more sense. I should have seen that one coming. Stonich. I was not close. I wasn't close. I was going to say I was close, but that's a lie. Everything's very light to start. And everything's very angled. We have to push all these angles back. Because our face wants everything, our brain wants to straighten everything out. All of this will come out like this. Unless you just kind of keep pushing it back. Very close. It was close. I'm going to... give myself a little pass there. That works. I don't know if I knew that. I guess I probably wouldn't have remembered either way. Gotta be zero chance of that. I have to do a couple, like, I have to throw in some pointers from time to time, you know? Being very structural here. Because then we can mess it up later. Kind of helps me work on the composition. Work on the composition, just keep checking angles. Angles. Like here has to come out a little bit, but I want it to. Oh my God, who's sad about Tom Brady? He actually did it. Oh my God, it happened. I never thought it was gonna happen. Part of me wanted him to come back to New England. I'm not gonna lie. I was the naive New Englander. I was like, you know, anything's possible. And now he's gone. So sad. I mean, he's not gone. He's still here. But it's definitely a big sad. Kind of starting to look like a face, right? I mean, a little bit here or there. This one obviously is done. He's begging Giselle. I don't know if there's any human in the world that might be okay without Giselle. Because I would agree with you on every front. That there is not a man that's going to walk away from that okay. Other than maybe Tommy. I don't know. I'll never not be on Tom's side. Wasn't it like kind of amicable though, or no? Was it like, did it get nasty? I don't know. I'm the last person to keep up with any of that. She already has a pool boy, so he's super jelly. Nah, he has that model. He already has a younger, better Giselle. What's her face has been going to his games, wearing his jerseys. I guess she went to one, I think. Unless that was just like fake. Again, I'm literally the last person. Impossible blasphemy, Michael. No, it's true. Veronica Rajek. Tom Brady's new bombshell girlfriend, Veronica Rajek, not Cornerstone. Oh, never mind. Yesterday she came out as bisexual. Maybe it's not. Could be a whole mess of things going on in Tom Brady's life. So maybe they're not like Facebook official. Well, that makes sense now. Now it's all coming together. Be a little less right there. Hey. Song reminds me of like, did anybody have like a bell choir in their middle school? Midlife crisis in full effect. That is accurate. Midlife football retirement crisis in full effect. Like, you are not joking there, huh? They say it's hard for other players to stop playing football and retire. Enter Tom. I have to check a lot of this. The angles look right from that angle. It's all a little bell choir, the White Glove Mafia. No shot. I was gonna say, you either know or you don't. Amen. I avoided that my whole life. I was very proud of that accomplishment. I'm not gonna lie. Very proud of that accomplishment. I mean, I probably wouldn't have been allowed to be part of it, but that was that elitist. Now I'm breaking from any sort of style that I kind of would do normally here. But see, what I have to get is this. This distance has to be here, come up just a little, come straight across down, out, and it does just go straight down there. And then this is the distance that I keep getting wrong on a lot of my drawings. I don't know why. It's a very weird distance to get wrong. Like, it is not a common distance that people mismeasure. So I don't totally know why I'm doing it, but it's kind of funny. There's common spaces, like a lot of times this is a space. This. Usually people will make this too wide, this too close, this too wide, this too close. There are common things that we end up doing. I feel like I've never really heard or seen people extending foreheads, but hey, my own issue. What are you gonna do? Oh, wow. Our brain just plays such mind games. You just have to constantly check angles. If they look correct, right there's a good example of my brain fully had this going like this, and it's just short of going perfectly horizontal. It's just a crazy thing that our brain does. We just like stability and order. I'm using far more guidelines on this drawing than on this one, as you can tell, because it's a much trickier angle. Again, anytime you're dealing with angles like that are pretty extreme, your brain really wants to correct them and turn that angle up. Even with this, I probably could have pushed this out a little more, but all kind of measured out. So with this piece, these distances are going to be so difficult, but so important that if they're not right, it's just going to look not even like a different angle. It's just going to start to look weird. I'm using a lot more guidelines, and it's kind of looking interesting with all the marks, right? Again, our biggest goal is to keep making it interesting when we're doing this. Otherwise, we could just take a picture and we could copy it exactly. We were going to do a very fun, we have a very fun piece for tomorrow. Watercolor piece that was going to be for today, but we had to do a little traveling today, so we didn't get to it. But tomorrow, we have a very fun watercolor piece. This doesn't feel right. This is when you start needing a break here. Oh. Hold it. Hold it. Now. Oh, go up. Did it come back in? I'm going off just the Happy Gilmore script pretty much now, so ignore me on a lot of fronts. A lot of this is not going to be in complete detail. So this is the fun part of being an artist, right? Is I am absolutely going to be picking and choosing what I keep in this drawing. I want to get it all close and accurate, but I'm not going to be continuing this piece like all the way up like this. Like it could be. Because I think it'll just be more powerful to be just this. This is less is more. This is where it's fun to be an artist because you have that right. Pick and choose what you want to include. And if you want to include everything, do it. That's super fun also. The angle. Turn a little bit like that, but can't do too much. This one is all just about the good vibes, the good times. Both of these, there's a good chance I'll do on a nice piece of paper. Because I like these a lot, and this is just newsprint. A lot of times when I'm doing a piece, any piece ever actually, I will do the composition first in Photoshop or Procreate. That's why I'm doing these on newsprint, because otherwise I have to go old school and just do a study to figure out the composition, you know? So old school. Wonder nobody used to like this art stuff. You have to do 50 studies for one painting. Not literally, but I'm always amazed at like paintings done just so long ago. They didn't even have monitors, like screens. Sometimes they didn't have photographs. How the fuck? Sergeants Women? Women of Sergeant. I think it's Sergeant's Women. Sergeant's Women is an incredibly fascinating book about models that worked with John Singer Sargent, who was just one of the most difficult artists ever to work with. And it was just, it's a fascinating read. I actually would like to read it again. But the way they talk about, I mean, they would sit for hours. Long time sometimes. There was really no other way to do it, right? I mean, that was it. Wasn't like, cool, let me grab a picture real quick. You can take off. Nope. All right, let's bring a little bit charcoal brick in here. Start having some fun. Maybe we'll just jump right to a pencil. Nice though. Pretty nice. Now I'm going back in and kind of doing a little bit of, like I said yesterday, where I'm just drawing where there's going to be shade lines almost, making it a little easier on my brain. Work back into it. A lot of these lines use different charcoal, the same. Different charcoal, definitely. All similar. But I'll go from a soft, this is a very soft vine charcoal. So almost anything I put down, you can like pick it right up. So I could get rid of this whole thing. And then I go into a hard charcoal pencil, which is a light mark, but a permanent mark. So it's not going to erase as much. And then you end with a soft or kind of like an actual charcoal brick. And these are your dark marks. And you kind of go back and forth within the three, depending. So you like kind of build up layers. Like you going with vine, then you going with some soft, then you going with dark. A lot of these dark hatch marks are a hard pencil because it puts down such a light line that you can get some real nice grays that are going to stay instead of wash away or wipe away the minute you move them. Like anything I put down with vine charcoal, pretty much gone. So it's like everything here is very much a preliminary sketch. And that's sort of what vine charcoal is used for sure. That said, when you go in, I'm going to go in right now like I should and use vine charcoal on its side. That's what this is. Then I'm going to kind of go in and just start making some nice big gray marks so that I can start seeing more values. Again, all of this is still going to pick up very easily. So you can kind of go right in, and again, all of that will be gone. So you start with very forgiving charcoal and you kind of work to more permanent charcoal. As you get marks you like. Right on. Understandable. Yeah, charcoal's a funny medium that people tend to use it like right away and think it's easy because you can like it's just values, you can get rid of a lot, but everything I'm putting down right there, that's there. So you have to go in, that's why I'm doing this like with a nice line here, and then I'm going to go in with a charcoal pencil and kind of keep going back and forth. But what gets tough is if you start layering it too quickly, you can't get white back either. That's why the paper is important as well. And right now I'm using a very bad paper. Just because this is a very simple study for me. Not a simple study, that's not the wording. A compositional study. This is very much something that I would do digitally almost. And then do a final copy once on paper like that. Because I've sketched it nowadays so many times in Procreate. But I miss drawing like this. I do. I just miss doing it. Where you just have to do it and get rid of it. I mean, again, this will wipe away pretty quickly. So it's just, again, what's special is the time, the moment, the drawing. But again, you improve and you make it a little bit better each time. What you hope. But yeah, these are very much studies for me. Like they'll be on better paper sometime probably next week. Let's see. Keep doing it. Appreciate you guys. Appreciate you chilling. Yeah, it's fun. I just like opening the studio doors. That's the biggest part. That's the funnest part. Very fun. I'm either here doing it and just talking to myself. I still talk. I still say everything I'm saying. It's like it's more of a coincidence that it catches up to what you guys are saying than anything. All of that kind of stays. And then you go back and forth because then whatever you put down, you have an eraser too. Which, like I always make the joke, erasers are definitely allowed. I feel like sometimes people are like, can I use an eraser? And I don't know if I've ever understood that. It's like, yeah. Absolutely. Like, I think people don't want to use it sometimes because they think that means they've like made a mistake. You know what I mean? It's like, no. Fix it. Use that eraser. It's a tool too. It's a tool to pull out highlights. It's a white. If you're not using a white marker or a white pencil, that's your white. But I love kneaded erasers because you can just shape them however you want and then use them however you want. Brilliant. Got a little more. Who's here? Oh my gosh. Chair just got stuck. Pretty pointy nose. And then it's so funny when you like want to make something a certain way and it's like, oh no, I guess she just has that nose, you know? Trial and error creates perfection. Amen. In everything, right? Not even just art. That is just the way of life. And now I'm trying to find these edges with it's a hard pencil. So I have decent control. It's going to go down fairly light so I can kind of cross hatch. This feels very heavy though, actually. See the difference? That's kind of an unfortunate part with charcoal pencil. The same pencil. Generals is the best, but the consistency is tricky. I don't really want to put this, but I'm going to. I really hope it doesn't ruin me here. It does have a nose ring. I don't know why, but it's lit. Find the lighting here. So the light is coming from like here. Oh yeah, okay. Makes sense. Looking at it like, why am I seeing the entire underside of the nose ring? Guess that makes sense. That line there. Here, this is just short of parallel, which is crazy. I mean horizontal. I have to stop saying parallel when I mean horizontal. They're very different things, I'll be honest. I actually know the difference, but maybe parallel sounds better? No, it doesn't really. It is going up. Tricky. Doesn't come out at all, huh? Wow. Then when I'm close enough, like, see, I'll make changes still. Because I'm kind of close enough, you can go in with another pencil. It's all still a practice. Charcoal, the biggest thing about charcoal is you have to learn to start over. Which is tough to tell people. Especially if it's in like a workshop or something, which I've had to do. Like, that's great. It's a good start, but we should probably start over and try it like this. And the reason, one, there's nothing wrong with that. It's just charcoal. It's just easier. Sometimes if you take it too far, it just gets more tough. What I don't want to do is go too small here. And then when you do what I'm doing now, sometimes you start to shrink everything. So you have to keep checking your angles, your proportions. Eyes looks pretty good still though. So. But sometimes you start working on a single feature and it comes out where it's like your eyes here, your nose is here, and then your mouth ends up being this big, your chin. Because you start just focusing in right here, right here, right here, and it's like, oh shit, I forgot to take a step back and look at the whole thing. That is a common mistake, big time. That's one of the biggest things people do with charcoal. I guess with a lot of artwork, but I think because charcoal maybe feels easier because it's just values, when in reality that just actually makes it harder. Everybody thinks painting, and again, it goes, I guess it does go both ways, but colors, people think color, if you add color, it's difficult, but it's also another way to show layers and items and objects and surfaces and highlights. So while it might be difficult to master color, it's also a little bit easier sometimes to use it than just use values in a weird way. Because to tell a whole story with black and white is sometimes tough. So I tend to do portrait studies. And this one's actually going to be a painting. So this one's going to turn into a painting. Can't see that. Future thing. Make a cool little sketchbook page. Oh, you can't see that either. Well, I wrote future painting there. I don't need to say it a bunch of times. And so see, now like I was saying, to avoid me working and messing up the shape here, I'm going to come back up here and keep working around so it's all sort of being resolved at the same speed. So nothing's really just like 100% complete. You kind of keep checking all around. And that helps you just sort of keep it, you know, as close as possible, really. This has to be a nice. This. This is a good example where women are actually more difficult because they're just, all the curves are a little softer, and if you don't do it quite right, it starts looking very masculine. Like when I had all these straight sharp edges, I almost could have left it and it would have been really close to a man. But I might have to move this. I have to keep working. I have to try. All right, so one thing I'm going to do too before I... Well... Right. Before I change this also, because now I've been working almost 30 minutes plus, I should take a break and measure it all up again. Because now when I step back, I'll start to see a lot of things different. And that's when you can really start to make corrections and changes. Doesn't come out like that. Nowhere does it come out. It stays going back. But it's not that big. Looks closer. Except that it has to be like here. And don't worry about some of those extra lines. Sometimes some of those lines end up being like beautiful little like early motion lines, or I don't know, like ghost figure line. I don't know, they just come out really nice. They can add to a piece very nicely. Yo, what's up, brother? What up, Shaz? How you doing, man? Today going, brother? Happy Wednesday. How we drawing today? We drawing, man. Good, bad, don't matter. We drawing. It's a good goddamn day. Nah, we're doing good, bro. Doing good. Do another portrait. Do another portrait. We started to set up a watercolor, but we weren't quite gonna get it to where it was going to be stream ready. So we're going to do, I think, a nice long piece tomorrow, actually. It's a fun one. It's a fun one. Going to be a Last of Us painting. It'll be fun. Joel and Ellie coming to the stream, which if you guys are not watching The Last of Us, whoa. Wow. We might do like a drawing stream, and then we might do like a playthrough at some point as the season goes on. But yeah, gonna do a drawing of Joel, a nice watercolor piece. Joel and Ellie. Oh, sick fungus zombie. That would be a cool idea too, actually. That's actually a cool idea too. Now, I just, there's an image out. Everybody probably has seen it and knows it, but it's one of those images that I was just like, yep, that's an image that I'm gonna have to paint. I love it. I need it. Need it down. So we're gonna see how it turns out. Might turn out good, might not. Who knows? But yeah, this is a picture of Joel and Ellie that I thought was awesome. We'll put our own artistic spin on it. Artistic, not autistic. Thank you very much. Maybe a bit of both. We'll see. But I am at the point where I have to take a break here, because I'm starting to put a lot of marks very quick. So when I talk about like noodling and painting, start just working really fast with charcoal. Kind of the equivalent to noodling. And with charcoal, again, sometimes it works because you get some of those really nice like ghost lines. Other times it backfires. Frick. Video game or live action. Live action, but I'm going to try to make it painterly / digital in a way. So again, it won't be photorealistic. It'll be painterly, and I'm hoping to kind of have fun with it in that aspect. Excited, it'll be fun. Again, it might not work. We'll see. Might though, you know? That's all you do. You never know. Pedro Pascal is sexy, man. That's what I'm saying, dude. Forehead is driving me nuts. It's just weird. But it's right. Maybe it's, I don't know what it is. So here's a good example of, well, I could be wrong still, but the drawing here looks right to me. It's one of those times that what's not right are the values. Because it has to be darker on this side, so it can't be such a weighted heavy line. So it's almost going to be one of those things where I'm not going to, I'll at some point, I think, get rid of that line. And that'll be one of those fun places that our eye just kind of fills in for us. Pretty fun piece so far. Pretty fun piece. It's needs to come to life here, and it will after our break. Cause again, right now it's just a drawing. A line drawing. When we add these values here, get rid of all these scratchy marks. All right, cool. I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break here. Yeah. I'm actually going to do it. I'm actually going to do it. I actually did it. Take a quick 5-minute break. We're going to come back. We're going to finish this up. Bang. We're going to finish this up. We're going to add in some nice values. Add in all the shading, all the shading, all the shading, all the shading. Of the shading. We don't have any acetone right now. I didn't mean to say it out loud. It's not the end. I don't have any of my secret magic formula. But we'll have some next week, so we'll be able to start texturing these. So we're gonna redo both of them. This is gonna be a painting. This is gonna be a drawing. They're gonna be on Bristol nice white paper, and we're gonna be texturing them and completing them next week. So we're gonna keep working on this and finishing the composition. But first, a 5-minute break. Like and sub down below if you haven't yet. I'll be right back. Much love. Appreciate the support. Thank you everybody for chilling. All right. Song is called Furby. We gotta figure out this non-copyright. We gotta figure out how to play regular music on stream. That's crazy that we can't. There should be no reason that I can't play like songs that I just like to listen to. Crazy, just crazy. But we're back. We're gonna get right back into it. Do this piece out. We're gonna finish this one up. Boom, bing bong, and then we're gonna. I mean, that's all we're doing today. But who knows how long it'll take. I don't know why I haven't done that like the whole time, but I didn't, so let's move past it. Alright. Gonna hold on. Just making my reference bigger. Once you get the scale of things, you can zoom right into it. I could have had it this same size the whole time, but that is all relative. I have to do this. I have to figure out my light situation. This guy is not working. I'll tell you that much. This guy, no buenos. We gotta fix you, buddy. I can't really look like this. It's just crazy. All right. Get right back into it. Again, when you come back from a break, most important part is to take that time, take those few minutes to assess where you are, what you've done, what you have to do, what's right, what's wrong. Everything, and you start over? No. But seriously, if that's the case, it's better to do it now and then in the next 3 hours or whatever. So you do, that's why you take your breaks. That's why you're taking breaks, again, to stay fresh. So when you come back, I say this every time I come back from a break, but check what you have to fix. Don't just jump right into it. Don't be like, oh, I can't wait to get back into it. And then you're like, wait, it's so bad. Why? What have I done? You did what Mike told you not to. And so my whole break, I can tell you this too, what I was doing is I'm trying to mentally figure out if I want to tone the background here. Now, every part of me says I should. I'd be lying if I said that's exactly why I almost don't want to. Because I'm sitting here going, it's a no-brainer. Of course you tone it. Never the case. Part of me wants to try to keep that edge so clean and fine that it almost doesn't exist. But you know it's there because your eye just comes. So we're gonna see. We're gonna see. That I'd be lying if I said I knew right now. But yeah, and then I'm sitting there. This is like all art. These are all like going back and forth in my brain. And that's why I will usually use digital art. Undo. I can build this whole background on an iPad. I can do this whole thing with gray. Nope, undo. White. Nope, undo. Black. Okay, cool. I like it with a perfect dark value. And then I can make the charcoal drawing exactly how I'm going to love the composition. I mean, again, to me, it's a no-brainer. I don't know why people wouldn't do that. This is like Justin and I talking on New Year's about like people arguing like, well, there's a way that we've done it forever. It's like, that's awesome. There's a way that's way better now. So let's get with the times. But that's also the fun part of doing quick sketches. You can try that. You can try all that out. And to be fair, the better part of doing it old school or this way is you're drawing it multiple times, which is just great practice. Always. I mean, you get the more you draw something, the better you're going to be. Better it's going to come out. It just will. Georgia O'Keeffe. That's her name. That's like Georgia O'Keeffe. Or Monet with his lily pads. And that was a little different because he wasn't trying to make them better each time. They were just studies of light. But same subject, and it just kept getting better and better and better. We were talking about John Singer Sargent earlier. He's one who has such a name in the painting world as his art being so incredibly fresh and like one pass and like everything was done just first time perfect. And the truth is that he did the same painting so many times until he did it once in one shot. So it was a one-shot painting, but it might have literally been the 100th time he's painted. Not literally, but he would do it 4, 5, 6 times, and then it would come out looking like, oh my God, how did you do that in one? It looks so fresh. The one pass of the painting. He's the greatest painter of all time. I mean, I guess that's subjective. Figure out this hair too. I want to... There are parts of everybody's art that you want to improve, right? I mean, there just is. Or there should be. And hair, I want to just keep getting, not improve like it's not good. That's not, I say sometimes they're like, what? No, it's, you know, blah, blah. It's like, no, that is nothing. One, that's just wrong because you should always be improving. But two, I want to just keep doing it more and more simple and have it look more and more complex. I just think there's something so beautiful to that. Thought I heard something weird. All right, let's find these marks here. That was what we noticed big time when we came back. Gonna look weird here until Here's our one of those things that, again, a lot of this I'm gonna probably knock back and wash out, because another thing our brain tends to like see first or focus on other than highlights are areas with lots of detail. And an ear is incredibly detailed. Even if you make it simplified, it's just, there's so many pieces. That it's one of those things that you sometimes are better off leaving it out / leaving it less. Like, you can already see, it's hard to look anywhere but there. I haven't even put values. Just because it has the most aggressive line work. We have to knock some of that back actually already. Way too intense. What we want to do is here. This is here. Cool. That's that. Nice. Okay. That goes to there. Little silent moment of focus, sorry. Kind of wanted to see that up. Jar right. Middle of that top line. And right there, we do want that bottom line. Like a little curved L. Little loopy L. Who knows? That even makes sense. I don't know if we're gonna do the shoulder. I don't think so. Because I don't think there's going to be enough information to show. I have her neck here. I like that part of it. I don't know if I like a curve going that way there. It just doesn't. She's going this way. I want everything coming back. We don't need a little loop. Thing has to come back this way and back. All right, let's keep shading this out here just a little bit. I just want a couple more marks for where everything has to go. Those lines. Here. Now we got a bop. It's a very relaxing jam here. Hey. Then it comes what? Back up this way? That's that, and then right here there's hair. Yeah, okay, cool. Perfect. That's perfect. I'm just checking my distances here. I'm okay with a lot of them, so that's fun. All right, we like that. We like that. This comes here and then comes up. Visually shading the whole thing out. Almost like literally finding the shapes. Then having fun. Some nice cross hatching. Again, a hard charcoal pencil. HB, I guess it's a 5. HB, I think it should be harder. Can actually be an awesome gray because it goes down super light and super. So you can cross hatch beautiful grays right in. I want to put these. I don't know if I want to go in. Now you just start finding your darks. I'm gonna find some of my darkest darks and some edges that I want to work with and almost call home. Like out of bounds lines almost mentally. Compositionally more than anything. Again, the drawing is always, not always, nothing's always. For when I'm working, the composition's everything. The drawing, I can always fix the drawing or do it over. What I don't like is finishing a piece and learning at the end that it just doesn't work. That hurts. I'll always redraw it, but if the drawing's money and it's just what's not working is composition, it really bums me out, man. So that's why it's one of those things that these pieces are always just for fun composition studies. Especially when they're not on really fine paper. Now I'm going in with a soft charcoal pencil, kind of making some of these dark lines that we will need here. You can go in. I'm actually going in and kind of like cross hatching it out, because then I'm gonna come in with a hard charcoal pencil and just fix it all up. Almost push all that charcoal around. A lot of ways to use charcoal. It's an awesome medium, and it's one of the best you can practice. It's one of the best things you can learn to use, because you're just seeing values. That's all it's teaching you. Get it all over your face. It's super fun to look like just came from like a football match or something. Simple brush. We've used it yesterday. You can use the brush and actually pick up charcoal. Brush it in. Charcoal powder. You can move around charcoal that's on the paper. No right and there's no wrong. The funniest part is that the paper is so funny to what it can do also. I've definitely worked on a lot of good paper. And it's fascinating to go back to a newsprint. So we give, I mean, again, newsprint is always kind of known that it's, you know, pretty cheap paper. But I feel like I did a lot of work on newsprint. I mean, see, you can obviously, but bad paper. It's not helping you get anything done, that's for sure. Or like the canvases sometimes that they give you, like they just give you like white gesso. Like, that's what you should be painting. Take right out. This is very, I mean, it's all very similar. Like I don't work too differently on a final piece, on a final painting, on like really nice paper. The biggest difference is I put down a lot of I try to put down marks less. So I try to use a little more care in where the marks are going and try to work a little bit more direct. Because I'm on a nice paper, it's important to keep the white like perfectly nice and white. I'll start over on a nice paper a lot. That's just like the reality. Buy a bulk. Buy a big stack. But now it's almost the most important piece is just I could almost finish a piece at this point with a charcoal pencil and just have it be a hard charcoal pencil. And you could get almost every value you needed, probably. It wouldn't be like the easiest way to do it, but right here, I'm looking for something right. And I also, again, so the other big thing that I don't use on this paper is my charcoal sachet, which is the best, the greatest thing ever. It's just literally a charcoal bag that you smack against the paper and it just lightly tones everything exactly how you need it to be toned if you use it right, but it's just so helpful. It really is. All right, let's shade this right out here. I mean, I don't know if there probably is. So maybe I don't even go there, but I go back light to dark and dark to light. So depending on where I want to move charcoal, I'll go from dark to light. And then other times I push from light to dark. There could be a proper way to do that. I don't really believe in like rules. Haha. No. Get a little value down here, but not that. And then I'm just gonna kind of blend that right out with the brush. Trying to see how beat up this paper is. Put so much down here. Pretty good sketch for newsprint though. It's a pretty good study. It's a pretty good study. Again, quick little drawing, quick little drawing. Starts to come all together slowly. Then once you have this down, so again, see, I'm kind of going back and forth, charcoal pencil to charcoal brick to, I guess, a brush to move the charcoal around. And then I'm going to go back to my charcoal pencil and move almost everything around that has to be moved. Add in some of these subtle grays, break some edges. What do I mean by break edges? Like this sharp edge. I will literally go through it opposite and just break an edge like this. I literally will go. An eraser, pencil, any of that on a smaller scale is literally what I mean when I say breaking an edge there. Cleans it up. And now that we have charcoal down, it's similar to getting paint on a canvas. You can kind of go in and get some marks that you want, and they're gonna feel like they're in the, like they're just going down smoother because you have charcoal down instead of going onto a white canvas or a white paper. You're almost just moving charcoal around at this point. You're putting it down still. You're building it up. But because you put down soft charcoal, you are kind of building that charcoal up. I mean, you're kind of moving it around more than you think. And you have your serious heavy-duty eraser. Good stuff. But again, newsprint, you won't get that all out. So there's a big part of why paper is important. Because paper, you can, like a nice paper, you can pull that right out to almost a perfect white. At least the paper I use, and that's why I use it specifically, obviously. Everybody has their preferred paper, definitely. Perfect. This has to come here. Oh, okay. I see. That's why that looks weird. Those. Again, now this is just a hard charcoal pencil. I'm kind of just working across the edges, across the planes. Trying to work in all like putting small marks down as one big mark. Or I'm trying to, so again, it doesn't start looking all super scratchy. Because that's how you can start to keep that, I guess at least above the lip and on like the sides of the faces. You don't want it to be too scratchy because it'll kind of start to look like a beard. And I mean, if it's a guy, that's perfect. If it's not, obviously. I guess if they don't have a beard. You don't want it to look like there's a beard, right? Tricky answer there. Putting in light marks with again a hard charcoal pencil, so that you almost can't even see them, but your eye will pick them up. Put them down, come back, check the marks. That's short. So I'm gonna come to here because that's where this lip goes. Trying to find that like straight line intersection. After there, it doesn't go back out, so it comes straight down, if not backwards, and then back in. And that is where this also comes right up to this. For take, I think. All right. Comes kind of below that. That definitely has to come backwards like I had it. That's definitely the right edge. Because it doesn't come forward again. It's all angles. Pulling it back now. I think that far back it is. Yeah, it is. Has to be. And then it's gonna come right here. Forward. I'm just gonna outline that other chin. Yuji, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? So beautiful. Thanks, brother. How you doing? How's life? We're just over here enjoying the charcoal process. Having some fun with it. That edge. Kind of keeping this right side, I think, very clean. Where I might lose a lot of these lines. To show where the light is coming from. Rather than a lot of highlights. But we're going to see. We're going to see. A little too dark there. I don't want that value quite that intense rolling around there, because again, the light source is here. So as that rolls towards the light, it's gonna pick up more light, right? I mean, so we have to make sure to show that and not just have it be the same value all the way around. That's what looked a little weird there. So we come back in and keep working it right through. Appreciate you stopping in, Yuji. I'm sorry if I was in the zone there. I missed your text. Missed that chat. It's wild. Every art stream I keep checking and like watch, none of the artists read chat. I guess that's fine and that's like cool, but interesting. Maybe one day we'll have it set up like that, but I don't know. I kind of like reading chat. Might miss it sometimes. See, that's an edge that's going to look tough, because this is an edge that should almost be lost into a dark background. But we're going to make that work. We're going to make it work. You getting into these days, Yuji? I feel like I've seen you playing. You've been streaming a lot. Are you doing Call of Duty? I feel like I didn't see that. Oh no, you're doing League of Legends, right? Some League, I believe. A tough game, man. We're gonna get to wrapping this up because we're not spending too much time on this little newsprint. We're trying to figure out composition. But I do have to get the eye, I guess. Art's just fun, isn't it? Art just fun. I think it is. Beautiful thing. All right, let's get some of these other values correct here. Oh boy, not that. This is a unfortunate I keep checking this pencil as if it's a medium or something. It does not feel like a hard pencil. It's crazy. But now I'm just kind of going through some of the darker shadowing shading spots and kind of putting cross hatching through it and just making it a little bit more interesting, as well as fixing the actual values subtly or where they should be darkest. But when you, again, these marks will all change significantly from study to final painting, but I am looking for marks that work. I'm looking for certain planes that are kind of more interesting to break than others, or where shapes are going to work together and kind of start creating an interesting pathway of a shape. And ways to make any of these marks more interesting. I'm keeping all that in mind, you know, big time. I don't think I'll be able to get it like back to white, but it does have a little nose ring right here. Kind of looks like more of a wart. That happened. No getting rid of it now. That is again all part of why we're doing it. See if we want to leave it. The next drawing. Looking kind of sexy. Appreciate you, brother. Another fun one. Alexa just started talking from upstairs. It's weird. I don't know what I said that would have cued her. It's looking kind of nice. Looking kind of nice. Another fun one. What's wrong with all my hard pencils here? They're much darker than they should be. Interesting. Now I'm trying to work on turning her away a little bit from the angles. Rather than just having it look down, I kind of want everything to work away from us now. So that it looks like she's turning away. Here. It all looks right, I think, at least. Which is half the battle, right? Oh, I hate this song. Hold on. I can't. I just can't do the head. Oh. I can't do the head. Listen. The like, is that from? I think it's Link, right? Zelda. I can't hear that. Yeah, that damn annoying fairy, dude. I can't. Hey, listen. It's like, no, shut up. I've beaten your game 37 times. Fuck off. Right? Because I feel like she would show up to help. Isn't that what she would do? Just like the worst times. Why are you here again? That damn annoying fairy. I love that. You can see too much of that's the other part of good paper. Good paper, you can see a lot of these subtle marks. Well, I don't know if you'll be able to see them necessarily. Camera should pick it up, but camera's working pretty good. Oh, hello. Oh my god. Thinking someone's breaking in. Just the person that lives here. What a rush. Ring camera didn't pop on. Usually it shows we set up our ring camera. Now I have it down here set up to a screen so I can actually see what's happening upstairs, which is awesome. But usually I can see the door right away. Okay. Like, see this value? See how it's the same as down here? It can't be. Too far away from the light. Alright, we'll take a quick 5. We'll go see Rel. Hey. But see, that's a pretty common spot that we'll do, and that's just checking your values. Again, I need the light to be on the bottom here. Everything can pull towards that. What makes a good drawing are the middle tones. That's what makes it, I shouldn't say good. What makes a great drawing are the middle tones, are your grays. Makes a great painting are your grays. Wild to say that. But it's not about like bright, vibrant colors or white highlights. What makes those colors and highlights pop are the colors all around, the pales, the grays. And that's what almost makes it look more believable a lot of the time. which we don't realize. A big thing I'm constantly doing is not just pretty much knocking back values, which means taking them down one brightness or two. And just like I said here, it's already curving more. It still has to be a little bit more, because I need this to be here. Stop here. So then you can pick it back up. And again, this paper is not going to pick up quite as good, but you can also just go back in and kind of cross hatch it right out. And just cross hatch it back in. That's just kind of how you can slowly knock everything back one or two values. So that's, see, I'll go all the way down the whole thing. And then this is too bright. We want this almost perfectly white, but not. Because it's not the brightest, it's not the whitest white. That's what they mean when they say the whitest white and the darkest dark. It's going to be the point that's closest to the light. It has to be. Depending on the surface texture, it could change where that light's going to be. For us, it's right here. And it comes up and picks this up. Curves around. It gets a little lighter. And we're not going to do too much over here like we had said. Just kind of pull some marks right in through. Pull or push some of these marks right in through. And this is almost when we're just kind of doing the composition here, right? I mean, seeing what I like, what I don't like, what works, what doesn't. Like that. I don't like these. These are two all similar. See how these are all very similar in here in shape, width, and mark. It tends to get very not as interesting. Like here. Something right here. Just feels like there should be. All right, we're going to come back and we're going to fix, tighten up the hair for a few minutes, and then we're going to be done. So we're going to take a quick 5. So that we can just reset the brain. Reset the eyes. You gotta see things. It's crazy how much our eyes start to adjust to and we don't see. That's what happens when you leave a painting or a piece and come back to it. You go, oh my God, that's terrible. It's because you didn't take breaks during it and you just kept looking at it as perfect. But breaks are when you can see mistakes and truths. I do. That's right. Gonna fix that. All right, 5-minute break, and then we are going to be right back. Appreciate the love. I appreciate the support. Be sure to smash that like and that sub button. We'll be back 5 minutes. Can't thank you enough for the love, gang. 5-minute break. All right. Get it. Looking good. I like it. And you know that is a baby rock, Drake. You know it is. 100%. I saw this when I was standing up. But I wanted to fix, so I kind of already took my 5-minute break of like staring at it and seeing what I had to fix. I'm gonna continue. I'm actually not done with doing that, but I wanted to fix this. All right. Liking it. That part's a little weird here. I see that now. This is definitely part that I have to figure out because I really want to lose this edge. I think we have to lose this edge. I don't think we can get it like light. I don't think it would pick up light there. You know what I mean? And the reference handles it masterfully by losing that edge, which I think is the right play. But I kind of like this as like a nice little delicate line piece coming in through. I have to darken up this ear because much like we said about the cheek, even though the ear is going to have highlights, it's far away from the light source, right? So it can only be so significant of a brightness. And then these are not acceptable. They're just all too similar. So you have to get rid of them. Or I have to. That's why sometimes it's hard to that's why you do studies to resolve the composition without keeping all of this here. If it's a final drawing, you don't want to be guessing on where those lines are going to look better. That's why it's important to do these studies or to resolve it again beforehand somehow. One way or the other, you should have your composition locked in. The number one thing, that and a goal. Like we've talked about. So you kind of know what you're going for. Of those. Good. you're probably gonna like the piece of art you make, which is really all we can hope for, right? These are the parts that I want to resolve, because again, it's not gonna be, it can't be that bright. That value just can't be. It has to actually get darker up here. Exactly why that looks strange. So. And again, there's a million ways. People use pan pastels. People use cloths. People use, I said, and I do use charcoal sachets. There's any number of ways to apply charcoal. There's not a better or a worse. So the best thing you can do is just keep doing it. Just keep trying. Find what you enjoy, what charcoal products you like. I use pretty much exclusively Generals. That is not for any reason other than I just like them. Generals, if you need a YouTuber, let me know. I'll use them for other reasons too, you know. No, but seriously, I do just enjoy them. I'm just doing what I did on that last piece too, the piece to our right. Kind of just building up the darks, the values, building up the layers. My hard charcoal pencil, finding those perfect grays, and picking up whites where I have to, picking up your highlights. Finding those nice grays, and sometimes, like we said, breaking an edge out. Making it a little less noticeable, sometimes enforcing an edge. Again, surface texture. That is all going to play into that. If you have a cloth, hair, fur, fuzz, you can have a much softer edge. Than a forehead, or again, granite, steel, something like that. Those edges. Like I said, I kind of wanted to, that was kind of a plan I've wanted to try from the beginning, is losing some of these edges. And I think it works. I mean, again, you can tell, or you can see them, I guess. They're not lost, right? You can still see them. Where'd brush go? Oh. But I wanted to make the bright side, like the highlights, instead of darkening back here, I almost just wanted to do what I did, which is just play with the line work there and almost make that a little more a much lighter line to show that that's clearly where the light is. Even though we're definitely working with values as far as across the piece. Much more than just a line drawing. And now it's the craziest part of the drawing is right, well, again, not right now, but just the grays. When you just keep fixing and touching and making those grays perfect, touching up all those little grays so that your little subtle values are just correct. When the piece just really starts to take shape. And again, the best thing you can do that with, well, is a lot of things. What I really enjoy is a hard charcoal pencil. You can literally just keep cross-hatching it away. And again, it puts on such a nice, delicate surface over the paper, especially if it's a really nice paper. It just makes, I don't know, again, it's all preference. Very much how I work, and there's no right, wrong. There's absolutely better artists out there. There always will be. But the trick is to find what works for you and enjoy the process, as we say, right, gang? And I mean, again, learn as much as you can. That's the biggest thing. The best thing you can do is learn, and if you don't like how that person works, just learn from it. Don't do it. You don't have to. If you don't like that brand of paint, that brand of charcoal, use it. Okay. You like it, use it. This, I'm here. Kind of just pull this last little white down. The whole thing should be gray, other than 1 to 2 marks. Like that's honestly one of the best things you can do if you're close to if you're liking your work and you can't figure out how to take that next step necessarily, try getting rid of a lot of your highlights. Try pushing a lot of gray values and midtones and living in that gray midtone. Values, blacks, lights, grays, darks, but excuse me. Lower all your whites and your highlights significantly. And you could see a pretty quick, significant change. Like even right here, this still looks so weird. Look at how weird the ear looks. Is it a Rudolph ear? There's gonna be highlights and there are white spots on an ear, but again, it can't be brighter. It can't be the highest value. It can't be the lightest value on the in the piece. It can't be. You can see already how significantly different that turns the whole figure. It's crazy. It's one of those big things that we don't. I think we're taught, I think we're taught values. I don't think we're taught how important they are necessarily. Maybe we are and I just didn't listen. I don't know. But it is crazy. Then when I come in here, the ear's just gonna appear. I might not do much more because again, I don't really want anyone looking at me. I almost wish I didn't do as much as I did. Ears are also very fun though. Because they have so many interesting shapes. They're kind of a fun thing to like, to just be loose and have work in a different way almost. Just suggest certain features, and because they're so recognizable, you can kind of get away with it. But I don't want to do that. Ear up. Get some. So that's like where again there are artists that, and if you can go for it, but I'm not gonna try to make up what a piercing would look like here. She either has it or she. I ain't it. But I wish she did. I agree about which part, the ears, or that we weren't taught values. I don't remember what I was saying now. So long ago. I think that might have been exactly your point. You might have lost what I was saying too. I'm just envisioning composition here. Because I have dark values everywhere on this right side here. But I think I have to keep them. Keep it like that and almost. That. And that just gray. I think I need this toned here. Kind of like, I think it has to come. Maybe that's it. Maybe I had too much up here. See, so that's a good example of what I'll literally do on Photoshop right there. Is I figure all of that out rather than do it with charcoal where you can't undo it. Do 100 variations of compositions in about an hour maybe. And oh, I will. I think I don't use my tools. Otherwise, that's, I mean, how else would you do it, right? I don't know. You wouldn't, I mean, you have to know if you have the best composition, otherwise. Something like that. Something like that. Give or take. Less. It's gonna be less because the focus is right here. Something that call it here because it is done, but I need something that goes like this, and then I think the composition should go kind of like this. I think something like that is what we want. This might be much closer. But I do think this this has to be shaded out. I think all these lights will just read much better. Compositionally. Yeah. See, it already is starting to have a little bit more pop. Because I wanted to not have a line here, but we don't want a line there, but you want it to be a highlight. So you do. So I'll need to. But see, that's perfect. What a cool thing to work on. We'll set up almost this exact. Here, so that's why I would have to sign right here. Yeah, because this one works. So this piece works because there are these smaller points, but the highlights are still here. These are some of the brightest points, so not having them show doesn't really work. But that's perfect. That's really fun because now it's kind of the exact process. It could not have been more exact on for how I go about my charcoal drawings. So that's kind of neat right there. That is literally it. I throw everything up. I take it all back down. I throw it back up. Throw it down. Back. Find a shape that works with the face. Find my signature. Do it. Done. We'll have a drip here, probably a drip. This will all be lost. I mean, that's exactly how it goes each and every time. There's no shortcut for that for me. You just have to, again, the shortcut is Photoshop or Procreate, because you can do all of this and then perfect it. This is a study. You're planning to redo this one? Yes, both of these will be redone. Yeah, buddy. Yeah, I really like these. So yeah, we're gonna put them both on really nice paper. Gonna put them both on really nice paper and frame them up. This one's actually gonna be a painting, I think. This one we might turn this into a future painting. This one's gonna stay charcoal. But yeah, it's gonna be a big, like not a longer drawing, but a nice paper drawing, which is fun because yeah, I will fill all of this in pretty much. And I mean, I know that's so scribbly, but you can see how at least I personally already think it looks significantly better with those scuffed values behind the face. I just already think it looks a little bit better. So yeah, sick. They both look amazing. Thanks, man. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you chilling. Appreciate you hanging. That is where we're going to wrap these up for now, though. Well, nice little drawings right there. Two nice little drop brands. Another, like, what was that, 2 hours or so? Yeah, about 2 hours. Not bad. 2 hour little study. Not too bad. Drawing's pretty good. Everything looks in order. Here might be a little too far. Here might be like, just barely, but I think so. I think it's just because you don't see it that it looks a little different. But yeah, these are gonna be both full pieces, longer pieces. This is a very fun study right here. We'll wrap it into the video too. Obviously, that'll have to be part of a nice, fun video for us. Again, these are complete drawings. I just I like them. You know what I mean? So now we're gonna continue taking them further. Oh, another good stream, another good drawing, another good study. We got a lot of good work here. So yeah, I think this is going to be a painting. This will be drawing. Probably next week. We'll probably get to it right next week. Tomorrow we have a watercolor painting that we're going to be working on. I don't know if I have chocolate all over my face. Don't judge me if I do. And then Friday, we might be working on this. We might be doing a portrait painting. We might be doing a figure painting. We might be continuing the watercolor from tomorrow. We're going to see where we're at. So, until tomorrow, I appreciate the love. Thank you so much for hanging, everybody. Yuji, Emmy, Justice, Shaz, Bot, Blue, everybody in the gang. Appreciate you all. Thank you so much for the support, the love. Be sure to hit that like and that sub down below. It helps the channel. Show the love. Support the arts. We'll be back with another stream tomorrow. Like I said, watercolor. So yeah, I hope everybody has an awesome night. Enjoy your evening. Good stream. Thank you for the love, Shaz. I appreciate you. I might be getting on the W zone. I'll hit you up if I do, though. That's during the cord. But I appreciate all the love, man. I really do appreciate you chilling. Hope you're doing good. Happy you're vibing. And again, till tomorrow. I mean, Shaz knows it. But in case everybody else doesn't, stay healthy and stay happy. Much love, gang.